Well, hello everyone. Thank you for coming in. My goodness, OJ just got a new Christmas collar. He is so happy. He had collar rash for a little bit. He had his Thanksgiving collar on and he is full of turkey. You can hear him in the background. That's my kitty I love so much. Remember, someone cannot go missing without someone knowing something somewhere. My goodness, what to do. Okay, thank you for that, OJ. It would be appropriate if you would behave. So this is part 2 of what I consider to be important. Okay? Very important. Thank you, Nini. Best place to be. Thanks for keeping Summer's name out there. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. And thank you for the super sticker. Thank you so much for doing that. Before I get to it, I'm going to speak about some things that are twisting my gut in the wrong way. And that's all the people that have been around for a long, long time that know all the ins and outs of the holler, or some people call it a hollow. Unfortunately, they haven't exactly put out the right information. So let's go ahead and tell everyone good afternoon. The names are driving me up the wall. There's so many names, I can't keep track of them. And I mean, there's no way. So many people have the same name. Now listen to what Ziggy said. I will come back to it. And I would think by now she would know everybody, right? Right? She's married to Fred. As we know, Fred is still a suspect. If I need to remind you, I can do it right here. He is still a suspect. And don't get me wrong, I caught a lot of hell for that. Let's go back through this.
Hang up and dial 911. For Central Dispatch, call 423-272-7121. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it now. For administration, press 1. For the jail, press 2. For visitation or commissary, press 3. I'm sorry, that number is not valid. Thank you for calling Sheriff's Office.
Hi, my name is Brooks. Hold on one second. I'm sorry.
Hi.
My friend Ange is on the phone. She's from East Tennessee. It's about the Summer Wells case. I'm sure you knew that's what it's about. There's an email floating around saying that Fred Hill is no longer a suspect. And they're saying that this is from Detective Pruitt. Can that be authenticated? Because the TBI says they know nothing about him not being a suspect.
I have not heard anything to that effect. I think that's a fake news.
Okay.
You think it's a fake email?
Yes.
Yeah, she said, well, you know who it is? It's that woman that's kind of cocoa that married Fred Hill.
Unless it comes from the TBI or the Sheriff's Office, it has no validity.
Well, she's got an email that she's saying from Detective
And as we know, it's been validated left and right. It has nothing to do with summer. So shame, 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 shame to everyone that knows their names that are not speaking about what they know on that road or in that community. Shame on them. We're talking about a little girl.
Prove it to her, and she's stating those facts, but she's not showing, the from and to.
It is fake news.
Okay, thank you so much for your help.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
Have a good day.
Okay, so we got that snippet. Now let's go to Ziggy. And that's what she says. Right here. She said it's two totally different people. We're not talking about Randall Paul Hill or Andy Paul Hill. We're talking about someone that lived on the hill in a camper. And the only camper I know of, correct me if I'm wrong, is Grandis's.
Paul that tried to take advantage of Fred and Laura's daughter, underage daughter at the time, is not Fred's relative. It is that Andy Paul that was staying over on 110 Ben Hill Road in that camper or little trailer. Completely different person. It's not Randy Hill. There was no confusion between the Randy and Andy in the name. They're two different people. There's Randy Paul Hill, and then there's Andy Paul Morgan. And the Andy Paul that tried to take advantage of Fred and Laura's daughter, underage daughter at the time, is not Fred's relative. It is that Andy Paul that was staying over on 110 Ben Hill Road in that camper or little trailer. Completely different person. It's not Randy Hill. There was no confusion between the Randy and Andy in the name. They're two different people. There's Randy Paul Hill, and then there's Andy Paul Morgan.
Important information to know. Is there a reason we've never heard these names before? Not that it's for public consumption, but with everything going on for the last almost 4.5 years, what on earth do we not know? It seems to me that Ziggy has the best intentions at heart. Okay? Really, she does. Michael Waite said, I think we need to go on the hill and waterboard. Oh, okay, doke. All right. Good luck on that one. My goodness. My goodness. She married Fred. She should know at this point all of Fred's relatives. There's a lot of Pauls, a lot of Andys, a lot of Hills. The only two Wells we know are Dawn and Candace. And so Fred is the one that should be speaking about his own family. Ziggy should not be the puppet. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. If Fred knows about his family, that makes all the sense in the world to me. why he got the hell out of there and got to Indiana. And I'm telling you right now, he knows all his relatives. He knows every damn one of them. Listen again. This one in particular was trying to sexually abuse his daughter. What was done about it?
And the Andy Paul that tried to take advantage of Fred and Laura's daughter, underage daughter at the time, is not Fred's relative. It is that Andy Paul that was staying over on 110 Ben Hill Road in that camper or little trailer. Completely different person. It's not Randy Hill. There was no confusion between the Randy and Andy in the name. They're two different people. There's Randy Paul Hill, and then there's Andy Paul Morgan. And and
that person is not related. So either you know the people in your neighborhood or you don't. I'm looking for the ones that are quiet, not the ones that are loud at this point.
Andy Paul that tried to take advantage of Fred and Laura's daughter, underage daughter at the time, is not Fred's relative. It is that Andy Paul that was staying over on 110 Ben Hill Road in that camper or little trailer. Completely different person. It's not Randy Hill. There was no confusion between the Randy and Andy in the name. They're two different people. There's Randy Paul Hill, and then there's Andy Paul Morgan. And the Andy Paul that tried to take advantage of Fred and Laura's daughter, underage daughter at the time, is not Fred's relative. It is that Andy Paul that was staying over on 110 Ben Hill Road in that camper or little trailer. Completely different person. It's not Randy Hill. There was no confusion between the Randy and Andy in the name. They're two different people. There's Randy Paul Hill, and then there's Andy Paul Morgan. And the Andy Paul that tried to take advantage of Fred and Laura's daughter, underage daughter at the time, is not Fred's relative. It is that Andy Paul that was staying over on 110 Ben Hill Road in that camper or little trailer. Completely different person. It's not Randy Hill. There was no confusion between the Randy and Andy in the name. They're two different people. There's Randy Paul Hill, and then there's Andy Paul Morgan. And the Andy Paul that tried to take advantage of Fred and Laura's daughter, underage daughter at the
You can't take advantage of a small child. That's called violence and abuse. That's not called going to second base at the prom. I don't like these words. They drive me nuts. Now, let me show you something. This is what I found. This is, hold on. Andrew Paul Morgan. I'm going to call him right now, okay? And I'm going to ask him. It's a public record, okay? It's a public record. It's on the internet. I'm going to find out if he is the person that lived on the hill. This seems to be too convenient of a story for me.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and dial again.
Well, that's interesting. My goodness. Let me find something else. He lives in Rogersville, so somebody better be very convinced. Disconnected. Woo! 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 Now let's see if we hear his name in this.
You never know whether you'd be walking at a copperhead, you know. There's, you know, like a little girl, she couldn't make it, she wouldn't make it 1 or 2 nights. If she did get lost, which I don't think she did, she wouldn't make it 2 or 3 nights, bro. You know what I mean?
Not in this terrain.
No.
But no, even just a little girl running, they wouldn't run into the brush.
That's her road. Yeah, exactly. That's her road, dude. She knows. She knows. If anything, then they took her that other way. You see what I'm saying? Because there's a creek. I walked down it one day for hours, and it led me right to their house, at the bottom of their house. So why didn't anybody go there? You know what I mean? Why didn't the parents immediately go there? You see what I'm saying? That's what I think. Little kids like to go to the creek, right? Water, you know what I mean? Yeah, right here. This is where I thought. Yeah, anyways. And I wish the motherfucker, I swear to God.
Moulin Rouge said, everybody's seen that video. It's 2 or more years old. It's actually about 3 years old, but the names are now familiar. So if you want to watch the show, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Because names came out years ago that we didn't know. Nothing resonated. Now they do. Now, what do you mean? Oh, I'm sorry. Moulin Rouge. Look at me. What an idiot. Look, now I get Idiot of the Week. That's what happens when you don't follow chat. Y'all send me a t-shirt. I'm the Idiot of the Week. I am so sorry for that. I'm such an idiot. Hey, Amber, what's going on?
You put that on the news too. We're just good old people. Good old motherfucking. Wait. I wish that motherfucker come down and try to hit us with a block of firewood. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we're not doing nothing wrong. You know what I mean? Who wouldn't want someone looking for their baby, bro? Anyways.
But see, she could be anywhere.
Dude, it's a neighbor or it's them. No. Somebody on this road knows for a I guarantee you. I'm a betting man. I bet everything I got that her parents or the next door neighbor knows. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, that do crazy shit, always sitting there watching. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They know what's going on.
Okay, this is Simpson and Ben Hill right here.
Yep. David Bay's own property and it's next door to Fred. I bet money right over this hill. Yep. Exactly.
He wasn't happy at us about 6 months ago with this guy over here in the white pickup truck straight ahead.
Dude.
Yeah, he came out and started screaming.
Look.
So we made it to Ben Hill, Simpson. That's Simpson. We are on Ben Hill,
People
so
that got something, they got something to hide.
Okay, he said they have something to hide. They have something to hide. They have something to hide. Now, I do remember Fred Hill talking about someone named Andy Morgan. again, at the time, I paid no attention to it. This is all I could find, and I do not see that he has anything to do with it. This is an angler from October 15th, 2025, Andy Morgan from Dayton, Tennessee. One of the most successful anglers in the history of the tour. Tennessee pro Andy Morgan's career resumes, includes 3 Angler of the Year. He has been in East Tennessee. He's accumulated more than 2.7 million in career winnings. He was a 2019 Bass Pro Tour winner, picking up the trophy at his home lake on Lake Chickamauga. So he's a really good fisherman. Career winnings almost $3 million. Listen, this dude is a some other guy. How Ziggy put that man's name out is beyond me. I think Fred told her, okay? This guy has got sponsorships, endorsements, and everything. The some other guy theory here is not work with me. All the usual suspects are all around that hill. And I'm telling you, all around that hill. Except for Brandon.
You know what I mean?
Maybe I'll just exchange info with you and we'll do Fred Hill another day.
Okay, that's fine. But look, I've known him since I moved down here. Acquaintance. I don't talk to him that much anymore. You know what I mean? We had a little bit of falling out on some trading shit. But I know this. He ain't no fucking child molester. He ain't no fucking kids.
Yeah, it's good to know.
Look, he might be back in the sticks, secluded, and come up with his own wild theories, like everybody's entitled to. But nah, he didn't do nothing with no baby. And if you listen to him, he probably's onto something. You know what I mean? He knows these woods.
See, this is their property, I think.
This is that creek. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I said. Like
And that's the Menards.
Yeah. See, I ain't gonna say a lot about that either, but dude, these boys been living here their whole life.
Yeah, the road's named after them, right? Hill? Ben Hill? Hill?
Yeah, his dad or relative or something like that. Yeah, Fred at one, I don't know, I shouldn't be saying, but somebody come down there. He has his daughter there visiting. The guy come out and Fred didn't even know him. Started shooting. This is how wild things used to be.
Oh, wow.
Started shooting. I thought wrong house or something. You know what I mean? Thought it was about some money or something. Started shooting a gun at Fred. Fred went and retrieved his. He had 357. Got behind a tree. Changed fire. And shot the guy. He said he shot him in the. He thought he killed him immediately because blew him over into the. But you know what I mean? He shot him in the neck and the dude lived. You know what I mean?
Did they call the police?
Yeah.
Get arrested?
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying, dude. I know people down here. Good old boy. This is where Summer lives.
Yep. I was here yesterday and there was 2 cars leaving their driveway. One had a canoe on the top.
They should just.
And then I came one time about a month ago and there was a dead dog right there.
That's what I'm saying. I come here, me and my mom and my aunt, and they was a cop, like a cop or look like a damn. Because a lot of people, I don't think why they've done a whole lot is because they think that there's law up there or there's law watching all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, right here's the creek.
Yeah.
Right here's where that little girl would probably be playing at most of the time.
Now, this is very important. It's very important when you look at the trajectory and what he's saying. And the thing is, I'm looking at this right now, the dealer mail out for the ginseng dealers that have licenses in East Tennessee. We have Colleen Steiner, Terry Schultz, Mark Brown, Daryl McGee, Gary Tinsley, Stanley Hankins, Daryl Blankenship, Kirk Wanamaker, Michael Boring, Dwayne Russell, Connie Lawless, William Cherry, Sonny So, Randy Henry. Here, let me put it on the screen for you. Hang on. They all live or hunt around that area. I'm not going to worry about Brandon's ass right now. I understand it's funny. I get it. This is the reason that Jody Sue Brown was worried about people buying that property. Because people, here's all their names. As of September 1st, people can go there and they can dig up ginseng. Again, we have a lot of issues here. I know for over the years, people have asked, are there mineral rights there? Yeah, I don't think there's any oil, gold, or silver. And let me tell you right now, rich people find poor people to get it. People sell for so much an hour to come on your property and dig the shit up.
You know what I'm saying? If, for example, they ain't got kids around here are rough and tough. They play, you know what I mean? They ain't no TV. They ain't no certain yet for kids. Nowadays there is, but back when I was little, when I come to Tennessee, me and my cousins was in creeks 90% of the time. We was together though. You know what I mean? It's rare one little girl is gonna go walking off, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or this way. Like we can take this creek, it'll take us all the way to our road. You know what I'm saying?
You want to go?
Well,
Just get off the main road?
honestly, it's up to you. I'm just saying.
You want to walk the main road?
Honestly, I hate to. I'm telling you this. I just don't want to be.
You want to go back the way
Snakes
you want to go back the way we came?
Honestly, I think we should walk the main road.
Okay.
Let's go back to when Don Wells, in the beginning of the case, said he was running people off his property all the time. They were nothing but meth heads. He said they had spotlights out. They were like doing all the things. Flashlights, they would be in his driveway. Nobody, they weren't there for you. They were looking for this certain herb so they could sell it. If you need a reminder, I can show you what we spoke about in part 1. And they will go up, they will just go, they might, who knows what to do with the root. It's a very rare commodity, but it is huge in the Ozark Mountains, and it's huge in East Tennessee. And there is a certain way to dig it up in East Tennessee.
Do it.
Because I'll just show you. Me and you did that way, and I'll show you how short it is from here. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I got friends up and down this creek. You know what I'm saying?
You know anything about this neighbor up here in the corner?
No, nothing about him at all. Like a lot of us,
They're called the Chambers. I think their neighbors. The Chambers.
I think they're good people.
The only bad people it seems like are these people here, the
Well,
Wells.
And there's wild, there's wild that's. I know wild
But they're
people-
not molesters
No, dude. Look,
or child, kill.
they ain't nobody.
When I say molesters, there's some sex offenders around here. I mean, people that do things to children.
Yeah,
Molesters
well,
still bad people, but
They wouldn't be down here. I'm gonna tell you that. That's a fact, bro. That's a motherfucking fact.
come on, Lucy.
Come on, girl. She's getting tired. Yeah, I like having her with me all the time. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying, if you go get your gear, your pants, you go on, dude. Sorry, I'm gunshot. Yep. Yeah. She's a good dog. She actually listens. But there's a graveyard up here. and there's
Yeah,
another
I've been there.
graveyard.
That's a
Woo! It's getting deep. Part 3 is going to be even more insane. Okay, Seaglass said, I remember Cam and Allie talked about ginseng hunting too. Yeah. And it's called hunting because other people want to find it. Okay? When Don said, we got meth heads all over here, he's got it on his property. You don't want people on your property getting things that you are digging up to sell. You don't. If I had it in my backyard, let me tell you something right now, I'd be pissed. And I'm in the minority around here. I don't want anyone on my property unless they're invited and or the warrant. But that would not be a happy day in America for your buddy Brooks. You don't want to go around there. When I heard something about Don saying meth heads coming up here, and he said they bring spade shovels. Well, what did Candace say when she was out by the water and she said, I got a spade shovel? I think she was digging up some ginseng. And she was throwing up and throwing up and throwing up and throwing up and throwing up. There's something going on here, my friends. A big thing. And when you hear Ronnie Lawson saying there is no drug problem there in that holler, because he knows where the money is. He knows what's going on. He knows about MTSA. He knows about HARPA. He knows what's going on. He knows about those poor people. He knows all of it. He knows what's going on. Hey, Jude said, Asians think it's an aphrodisiac. Okay.
Morrison Cemetery.
What about if there was burials going on or something? What if they put her?
I can't.
Okay, right there, he said, go see that cemetery. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But it's something to look at.
You know what I mean? It's rare. One little girl's gonna go walking off, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or this way. Like we can take this creek. It'll take us all the way to our road. You know what I'm saying?
You want to go?
Well,
Just get off the main road.
honestly, it's up to you. I'm just saying.
You want to walk the main road?
Honestly, I hate to. I'm saying this. I just don't want to be.
You want to go back the way we?
Snakes
You want to go back the
and-
way we came?
Honestly, I think we should walk the main road.
Okay, let's do it.
Because I'll just show you. Me and you did that way, and I'll show you how short it is from. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I got friends up and down this creek. You know what I'm saying?
You know anything about this neighbor up here in the corner?
No, nothing about him at all. Like a lot of us,
They're called the Chambers. I think their neighbors. The Chambers.
I think they're good people.
The only bad people it seems like are these people here, the
Well,
Wells.
And there's wild that's. I know wild.
But they're not
people-
molesters
No, dude. No.
or child, kill.
I have been researching way too much about the Surtha J, ginseng, how I say it. You have to dig it up, and there's a certain root on it. Okay? A certain root. And one of the roots makes a lot of pharmaceuticals. One of them makes a soft dick go hard. Okay? Just letting you know. And so if you are doing drugs out there, making drugs, whatever, and you say, come out and you can look around my land and you can dig it up, fine by me. Fine by me. Let me show you something real quick before we get back to this.
Worth billions of dollars worldwide. People hunt, dry, and trade these roots called ginseng. Experts say some of the best ginseng in the world grows right here in East Tennessee.
10 News reporter Vinay Simlad takes us to the hills of Campbell County. Vinay?
John, Robin, right now, each pound of ginseng goes for between $800 and $900. Last year, the state of Tennessee says hunters harvested almost 7,000 pounds of ginseng. Now look at this. Most of the ginseng harvested from the state comes from East Tennessee. The hunters tell us while the money is fine, that's not why they do it.
This is what we've dug this year.
This season, Jamie and Pam Wright dug thousands of dollars worth of ginseng.
I have seen it as high as $1,100, $1,200 a pound.
In the wilderness of Campbell County,
You don't dig anything that doesn't have the 3 leaves.
it takes years of experience
I've been hooked.
or generations.
This was actually my grandfather's, passed down to me. This is what you use.
This is American ginseng.
Ethan Swigert at MTSU's Ginseng Institute grows it.
It's a tricky plant to grow.
But wild ginseng is 100 times more valuable because it's more potent.
The seeds take about 2 years to germinate and then close to 7 to 10 years to get a crop off of that.
It's traditionally used in Chinese medicine.
And they can help reduce stress.
You want to hear a funny story? You want to hear a funny story? I watched a show from the Ozarks about ginseng a long time ago. And I bought some ginseng seeds. Actually bought a whole root. Guess what happened? Well, guess what? Your buddy Brooks is still broke. It doesn't work here. You have to be in a certain climate. And when it grows wild, it grows crazy. It grows crazy. Now, OJ wouldn't eat that. If so, he wouldn't be up my ass all the time. It's a very lucrative plant. Like if you go into certain properties in the Ozarks, let me tell you what, you don't want that. They got poppies for opium. They got ginseng. East Tennessee is a thriving spot. Okay. And the local community there, especially Hawkins County, make sure nobody messes with that property. Now, that does not mean that they're going to ignore a child going missing at all, at all, at all. Now, the only person I could find that was into the ginseng population is not the person that Ziggy was talking about, but someone whose name was familiar, who is a famous ginseng digger around there. But we'll talk about that later. A lot to protect over there. Hence why Ben Hill, not the road, but the man, was very, very lucrative, okay? He was buying up property everywhere. Hence why Jody Sue said she wanted nobody around there.
They can help reduce inflammation.
But American ginseng is worth more than the Chinese version.
So it'll have a little more of a stimulating effect, and the American ginseng not quite as much.
That and the difficulty hunting ginseng makes it so expensive.
If it was everywhere and it was easy, everybody'd be doing it.
The Wrights say they're hooked.
It was a hobby, make a little bit of money, but it was more exercise and the fun.
And so they don't forget where they find it. They keep a journal with all the good spots. So will you tell me what's in the journal there?
A lot of good notes.
Now, my feelings aren't hurt that they wouldn't share. They explained a ginsenger will never ever tell you where they found it. The hunters say the season goes from September 1st to usually around the first frost of the year. Ginseng is endangered in Tennessee, so if you're thinking about hunting it, there are some strict rules you need to follow.
I bet they keep that journal under lock and key.
No shit, they do. Again, go back to when Don said, I've got meth heads crawling around here all the time. I come out with a gun, get off my property. Now, let's all agree, Don is too fucking dumb to know what he's digging up, but they know.
But that's what I'm saying, dude. I know people down here. Good old boy. This is where Summer lives.
Yep.
Man, fucking bullshit.
I was here yesterday, and there was 2 cars leaving their driveway. One had a canoe on the top.
They should just.
And then I came one time about a month ago, and there was a dead dog right there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I come here, me and my mom and my aunt, and they was a cop, like a cop or look like a damn. Because a lot of people, I don't think why they've done a whole lot is because they think that there's law up there or there's law watching all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, right here's the creek.
Yeah.
Right here's where that little girl would probably be playing at most of the time. You know what I'm saying? If, for example, they ain't got kids around here are rough and tough. They play, you know what I mean? They ain't no TV. They ain't no certain shit like that for kids. Nowadays there is, but back when I was little, when I come to Tennessee, me and my cousins was in creeks 90% of the time. We was together though. You know what I mean? It's rare one little girl's gonna go walking off, bro. You know what I'm saying? Or this way. Like we can take this creek, it'll take us all the way to our road. You know what I'm saying?
You want to go?
Well,
Let's get off the main road.
honestly, it's up to you. I'm just saying. But
You want to walk the main road?
honestly, I hate this. I'm telling you this. I just don't want to be.
You want to go back the way we,
Snakes
you want to go back the way we came?
Honestly, I think we should walk the main road.
Okay, let's do it.
Because I'll just show you. Me and you did that way, and I'll show you how short it is from. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But I got friends up and down this creek. You know what I'm saying?
You know anything about this neighbor up here in the corner?
No, nothing about him at all. Like a lot of us,
They're called the Chambers. I think their neighbors. The Chambers.
I think they're good people.
The only bad people it seems like are these people here, the
Well,
Wells.
And there's wild motherfuckers that's, I know wild
But they're
people-
not molesters
No, dude. Look,
or child, killed.
there ain't nobody.
When I say molesters, there's some sex offenders around here. I mean, people that do things to children. Molesters is still bad people. But
They wouldn't be down here. I'm gonna tell you that. That's a fact.
All right, Blue Roof Bill and Wild Bill, they are the ones that are the big, from what I understand, they're the ones that let people on to certain lands. And like they're the good old boys that say you can come out and you can hunt for so much a day. Okay, and there's a lot of bleeps in this video, but it's really important. Now, Wild Bill, he's got some different issues because he's supposedly hiding back.
They know not what they do.
What are you talking about, Greg? He's the one that's supposedly holding back a lot of ginseng because he wants his cut. Now, I will show you a video in a couple of days, and it is from East Tennessee where shit went down, and it was never publicized. Don't take your focus off of Dawn and Candace. Please don't. Please, please, please don't. Yes, she was abused. Yes, their children were taken away. It's one thing or another. Summer got gone because CPS was breathing down their neck. Or Summer got gone for a trade for, like some people say, for drugs. What is the actual drug? When people think about drugs, are we talking drugs? Heroin, opiates, crack cocaine. Don already said, he made it clear. He can pull money out. He can pull money out. Hell, he went to the ATM. He pulled $2,000 out and he went to Knoxville to a hotel and he got a bunch of Coca-Cola, went back home. He was proud of it. This guy, years ago, all he talked about was all the people around about the ginseng. And don't ever ask me to come to your property to find it because I would never know how to. But there's a lot of people that know how to do it.
Bro, that's a motherfucking thing.
Come on, Lucy.
Come on, girl. She's getting tired. Yeah, I like having her with me all the time, you know what I mean? But I'm just saying, if you go get your gear, your pants, you go on, dude. Sorry, I'm gonna shot. Yep. Yeah. She's a good dog. She actually listens. But there's a graveyard up here. and there's
Yeah,
another
I've been there.
graveyard. What
That's
if
the
they was-
Morrison Cemetery.
What about if there was a burial going on or something? What if they put her?
That's I came up with that theory. You could put her right at a
You see what I'm
graveyard.
saying? Like underneath the. My cousin and my family's buried in the next one.
Yeah.
My cousin got shot in 4 years ago. My younger cousin shot in the head. You know what I mean? See, this is all crazy to me. This life down here. You know what I mean?
So you live on the opposite side of that mountain there.
Yeah.
That's how far we walked, but
And
it
what
wasn't
I
that
can say,
long.
Honestly, if we cut into those woods and cut over,
Yeah.
but what I was gonna say, I just wanted to see if And we might just go down here and cut over, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
But I feel like there's every house around this motherfucker. Even. I mean, who's to say? You know what I'm saying? Like those neighbors with that lawn and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's funny, but the mom and them, though, we're all praying that she's still alive.
Hold on. Kat said, Brooks, we have a new friend with us, Jackie8292. Well, welcome, Jackie. I did not see you. I feel very bad. Oh my gosh. Hey, thank you, Jackie. I'm so happy you're here. Everyone, go ahead and say hello to our new friend, Jackie. No use in having a managing moderator when she didn't have all the same controls as me. Goodness, that would be much easier and much more calm than I can do. Goodness. Now I'm going to go back. I'm skipping around. I shouldn't do it. But if you look at this fundraiser from August of 2025 from Rocky Top, Tennessee, there's two brothers still missing. Daniel Scott Hawkins, Tracy Hawkins from Rocky Top, Tennessee. This is GoFundMe. They need it. Whatever you want to do. We would like to start this fundraiser to raise money for a reward leading to any information that leads to the location of my missing cousins, Scott and Tracy Hawkins, and the arrest of the person or persons responsible for their death. They are brothers and have been missing for 4 years. August 6, 2025, we as a family feel like they ran into foul play the day they went ginseng hunting in Rocky Top, Tennessee, and continued to East Tennessee. Now explain that. Why would you kill somebody for hunting for a plant? Why would you? Why would you?
That they have her hit. You see what I'm saying? Worried about DCS and shit.
You think that's possible?
Yeah. People down here stupid anyways. Like, as long as you stick, you know what I mean? Like, I have 4 kids. We come down here and lived 3 or 4 years ago, and my kids got took. Honestly, if I had to pick one, it was my youngest daughter. I would have took off with her, you know what I mean? Try to run with her, you know what I mean? Anything. And that's what I'm saying. They so stupid, they could have come up with some. You know what I mean? You could have a false wall at somebody's house. And, you know what I mean? That's another speculation, you know what I mean? Because, look, they'd be crying if they was really missing her, or if they really knew something. If they knew she was gone, like passed away, they would be you know what I mean? They're hiding something big time. But that's all I got to say about that.
Damn girl, jack of all trades, you are in the right place here. Something like a big patch the DEA to fly around and look for. Do not tell me twice that the department that we're all talking about doesn't know where the ginseng is. And the worst thing you can do with a huge crop is give it to poor people. Anyone ever seen what happens when tax money hits? Anyone? 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 They're going to the buy here, pay here car lots. They're buying TVs. They're buying phones. It burns through their pockets. Hold on, what's going on? Maria said, obviously a different Andy. I agree. Yeah, I don't think he would hang with them. I agree. Ginseng's very lucrative, of course. Carolyn said, that is not all of the case, in my opinion. Didn't say that. They are more to the brother story. I believe they got hurt because of drugs involved. Yep, obviously. Thank you for pointing that out. I totally agree.
And as far as you show anybody this, as far as them, if they ain't done nothing wrong, then they tell them they can come down here if they want, and they can search themselves. Why aren't they asking? But I'm gonna say this: it's been a year, and it might not be very wise now. You see what I'm saying?
They haven't even searched. Candace never went out there to look. That's her daughter.
Right?
Let's talk about something metaphorically. And I will never, ever, ever be on the side of Candace not looking for her daughter, or Grandis, or Dawn, any of them. When Candace said she doesn't go in the woods because of bears and snakes and coyotes, do you think she was worried about people on their property? Because her and Dawn have a lot of money. They do, whether she wants to say it or not. They have a lot of money. Was she worried about people out there digging for ginseng? Just a thought.
Yeah, they ain't gonna be around here long. That's all I'm gonna say. Another year or two? No. That's pretty boy. You boy, girl. Man, you're beautiful.
That's a pretty horse.
Yep.
Off the road, Lucy.
Yep.
Come on, Lucy. Off the road.
Well, them are game birds. You know anything about game chickens?
I don't.
I got some game birds.
So what are they for? What are they?
Well, they just down here. It used to be a thing. Now they just have them because they're keeping up a tradition, but they don't fight them no more like they used to. But they're fighting birds, fighting cocks. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they do. It's a man's sport down here. You know what I mean? That's a. They can't be loose with them. See, I got gray. That's a gray. I got.
Oh, so they're fighting.
They're fighting cocks. Yeah, all these are fighting shit. So even that's like a secret society type of thing.
Yeah, that's an underground.
Yep. I got some myself, but they're just. I thought they was beautiful. I didn't never know nothing about no fucking damn birds.
Is there like a valley we could go through maybe?
Yep, we're going through here in a minute.
Oh, you know where you're at?
Well, we're not too far, but yeah, we're going to come up across here in a minute. Hey, Jody! Hey! Hello!
You know him?
Jody!
He could give us a ride.
Yeah, yep, Jody! He sure will get to that.
Is that your neighbor?
No, he's a good old boy. Hey! What up, y'all? Dude, yeah, I got this guy looking for summer. He's a news dude. And
how are you?
And we got back over there on we got lost for a minute. I was like, hey. Yeah, that's what we was doing. I was showing him everywhere I was, you know. Yeah, I appreciate it, Jody.
Yeah, I can drop you off up here tomorrow, but I'm
okay. Lucy, come on.
Come on, Lucy.
Okay, here. Here we go. Yeah. I appreciate it, man. So cool. Go ahead. I appreciate it. Huh? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I wasn't for sure where.
Well, let's see, Aubrey. Dawn and Candace have money because they have 11 acres paid for. They have a house paid for. Dawn has a job drywalling. And it seems to me that Dawn is loaning his property for people to hunt ginseng. Ginseng with a J. Hence why he said he's got meth heads all around his property that he only allows people permission to do. Just because people live in the country doesn't mean they don't have money or money coming in. And don't forget, Marlena talked about people that were getting ginseng all around the place. Chad Arnold talked about it. Money does just not come from a W-2. So it's like a mullet. Okay? You know, you got the short hair in the front, which is meth, party in the front. You got the long hair in the back, which is ginseng in the back, and that's the business. I'm not saying they do the proper thing, and I'm not. Hang on, my husband's got a phone call.
To go back over there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, we walked pretty far. We walked about 3 or 4 miles, right?
Okay, before I get back to it, let's go through some questions. What are your questions? Wait, 1966. Excuse me. But Dawn wouldn't pay $50 a month for the boys. $30 a month. So I'm going to ask you guys, why wouldn't Dawn and Candace pay $30 a month in child support and let Kathy, the friend, do it? What's your answer? Okay, time's ticking. What do you think? Why would they not pay $30 a month for their children in child support? Why? Let's try it again. I promise you no. Well, for one, they don't care, and two, they're certainly not going to give over their assist for money. Aubrey, is there a YouTube video of Marlena I can find on YouTube? Yes, girlfriend, we have a whole playlist.
I've been filming now for an hour and 11 minutes, so I say about 3 miles.
Let me solve you. Let me solve it for you. Sorry, I'm stopped up. They did not want to provide proof of income. Okay? They do not, unless it's stimulus time, provide proof of income. That's the truth. They don't. No, I think everyone's getting very confused with my train of thought. All right. Let's just go back to this. I'll explain later. Okay. There's a lot of evil around Dawn and Candace. A lot of evil. And they know how to step in it. And they know what they're smelling. Italian Cookie. I still think Dawn and Candace are the main suspects. He wasn't gone for that hill working. Hang on. He wasn't gone for that hill working. He was there with the boys. Who? Who are you talking about? Of course, Dawn and Candace are the main suspects. Open your mind. There's a lot of things going around. A lot of things.
Hell yeah. Pretty good. She's at the house now. I sure will. I sure will. I know that's what we're all hoping to. Come on, girl. Come on. Exactly. That's what we were just talking about. Come on, Lisa. Come on.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Hey, we're already in the back there. I'm let my dad complain. I got some new birds, and I don't know no birds. That's it. Yeah, hey, yes, sir. Yeah. Yep. So, okay. All right, bye, y'all. Bye. Thank you, Jody. Yep.
So how far from here?
Well,
About a mile?
yeah.
Yeah.
But that knocks off, and it knocks off cutting through somebody's yard and
Yeah.
ended up in
Arguments with somebody maybe, or
or I don't know where everything is on all this back here yet. You know what I mean?
yeah. How long you been down here?
I've just been living here for about 8 months.
Oh, 8 months.
Six,
Okay.
6 to 8 months.
You already know everybody.
Oh well, But these are the. I used to live up on the mountain over there.
Oh, okay.
When I moved down here, my dad, we lived in called Dogtown.
Okay.
So these are just friends of just good old buddies. You know what I mean? Good people.
You don't have a phone?
No.
Oh man, does your mom have a phone?
Yeah, we got internet. I look on YouTube and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll give you my number.
Yep.
Let me get your mom's number.
I don't got no. You know what I mean? As far as that, but you can. My girlfriend's got Facebook. I don't do a whole lot of that. You know what I mean? Social media stuff. I like to look up stuff and work on stuff, but that's not it. I was gonna get my girlfriend and my mom some more of them tiger lilies, but anyway. Yeah, look, that's the thing. These people, they want to get to know you too when they get that. You know what I mean? They all thought I was up to no good. Cause you know what I mean? Some people think because another dude, decent looking, moves down here, and he's a damn Yankee, they don't usually take the kindly to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I talk to many.
Now, let's not forget, like Italian Cookie said, that Candace said to Jinkies she was afraid they would get arrested for SA. And that is the truth. The truth. Let's rewind back to June 15th, 2021. Summer was suddenly disappeared. And there was a lot of havoc that week between Candace and Dawn. There is nothing simple about this case. Nothing. There is a lot of stuff going on. You have the meth dealers, the meth manufacturers. You have the people that are renting out their property for ginseng. You have Ronnie Lawson, who I believe has a much nicer house than a sheriff would probably have the amount of money he's making. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Then you have Dawn and Candace up there on the hill, and you got Dawn saying, we have meth heads around here all the time. There's a huge conglomerate out there of people digging ginseng. And then you have Fred Hill at the bottom of the hill, who's the street corner pharmacist. Dawn and Candace are not going to pay $30 a month in child support because they wanted the boys gone. They didn't want them around. They didn't want them there. Hence why the one visit Dawn made was to only speak to his oldest son to tell him not to say anything.
Neighbors and people around here, everybody seemed cool. The only one that had a problem was the one guy when we were out there on Bullhorns asking where's Summer in front of their house. Donald Scherfly lived in back of the wells with the junkyard back there.
Oh yeah.
He came out and was just, but he was cool. We ended up shaking hands and talking. He was just like, make a lot of noise back here.
Yeah, a lot of them dudes do.
Scaring his girlfriend or somebody.
Hey, a lot of those dudes do this where this is their land, this is what and they're not trying to be.
Thank you, looking behind. Because when Dawn was in jail, Kathy, the friend, was paying their child support. She didn't care about people seeing her money, but Dawn and Candace wouldn't do it. Dawn is the one that got in trouble for talking to Josie, the oldest son, about what's going on around there. You got drugs, you've got drug trafficking, you've got SA, you've got people that are coming out there when they shouldn't be, digging around for ginseng. You've got the whole 9 yards. And I don't care how cheap prices are in Tennessee. Money is money. If you have $1 million, what are you going to pay for a home? If you're making $1 million a year, what would you pay for a home? You got Don the groomer, you've got Grandis the groomer, you've got Candace the groomer, and you've got everyone falling in line.
Like even people we're in the South. Why not fly a rebel flag? Well, they don't want to be considered a group. You know what I mean? Like they're different. Hey, even like me, I don't fly a rebel flag because I'm in the South. I'm not racist. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It ain't got nothing to do with race anyways. I take pride in it, but you don't want people to come by and shit and think you're some. It's like this. Down here, nobody bothers you. You don't bother them. That's the way it goes. You know what I mean? Good old people. Nobody. But that's what I'm saying. They know, dude. They have to. That's all I'm gonna say about it. So does
and even the detective, his name's John Pruitt. He says Summer is near that home. Summer's somewhere near that home.
Or he knows, or they. Look, I God forbid, if they don't know, I would feel bad. But I know they know. You know what I'm saying? They got to know something. Or somebody, them or across the street.
Okay, hang on. Shits and Giggles says, from the bushes, and by the way, if you're in the bushes, please come out and say hi. Please come out and say hi. No one here has solved the case. No one here knows what happened to Summer. We know from Josh Melton from the TBI that Summer did not wander off and she was not abducted. Okay? We do know that Candace tried to get her groove on with many people when Dawn was in jail for violation of probation. We do know that Dawn didn't say a word when he was in the pokey in Hawkins County, and they tried to get him to speak. We also know that when Candace wants to open up, she will. And she did say to Jinkies, she wasn't worried about neglect or endangerment. We know that. She was worried about SA charges for her and Donnie. And the minute shit goes down, here comes Candace. I just won't go home. You're not helping me. You're not helping me. Not helping me. Van Hill Road is 10 miles away from them. And yes, ginseng grows all over in that area. There is a reason that holler is protected. Between the meth traveling and the ginseng. All that money coming out of that holler makes it very possible for children to be abused. Hence why in part 1 of this show, you'll hear that guy say, Brandon say over and over, but we don't like child diddlers around here. Well, some do. We don't mess with people that mess with children.
One of them, within those 4 houses right there, somebody knows, bro. I bet my bottom dollar on it. I'm usually not wrong on a lot of things, you know what I mean? Like I said, we got kids, we got grandkids, we got nieces, nephews. For 20 years, 30, 40 years, there ain't been nobody, no missing people, you know what I mean? They've been a lot of redneck, honky-tonk, drunk shooting, but nah. Like on the next holler, there's a couple boys I know. They get in a fight, they cut each other. I mean, they're quick to, you know what I mean? Like crazy, but you know what? They don't go dude. They just let it be known. Don't go with it.
They could have thrown somewhere in one of these sheds somewhere.
Well, there's a couple houses down here. That's what. One time I told my dad, I said, dude, these houses scare me. Like, I get the creeps, dude, at night down here. Shit.
It's pitch black back here, isn't it, at night?
Yeah, hey, you can't see nothing. At least he gave us a ride.
Yeah, I'd say probably 40 minutes, huh?
Yeah, but well, as I'm saying, if we fuck around and get lost, or get,
yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm pretty confident maybe we wouldn't, you know what I mean? But if we follow the creek, if anything, we'd have come out down there, back there, or we just got dropped off at. And normally, if I, like, last...
Hey, Ziggy V, can you grab the link to come up so we can talk about what Grandis told you? I know you're in here. I mean, if you want to, you can. You're more than welcome to. And if anyone can put some money into this chat so I can meet my minimum for the month, that would be great. Okay. We just put in there what's going on. Thank you, Chrissy. You didn't have to do that. Thank you.
Like a year and a half, 2 years ago, my buddy lived past Ben Hill Road, and I've walked these roads a couple times going from there to my uncle's and aunt's. But I was smart enough not to go in nobody's property.
Yeah, Ziggy Valero spoke to Grandis, and she spoke to Critical K years ago about the tainted orange pop. And Grandis has said over and over and over and over that she never had that conversation. Ever, 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 ever. Critical K put it behind a paywall, and many people screenshotted it, and the whole thing just fell flat. So the best thing Ziggy Valero could do is come up and talk about that anytime she wants. The Skittles, the orange pop, the entire thing. Listen, you guys are being way too kind. Oh, V. Oakley, thank you so much. Cap, thank you so much. I feel like a beggar right now. We're still waiting on the FBI, Ziggy Valero. And I know you have throat surgery. Thank you so much, Italian Cookie. Thank you so much. I want to know, Ziggy Valero, how much money you got from Critical K. because Karen Yax keeps saying that she had to pay you to come on and that you never produce what she wanted. 0. Okay. Well, now's your time to shine. Candace herself talked about the orange soda, said Summer took a sip and Grandma said it was old and made her spit it out and gave her a small water bottle. Did she die from a sip of orange soda? Did she die from it? I just need Ziggy to come up and say it herself. I don't want her on camera. I don't want her on camera. I just need her to come up and say something. Helen, you're a blessing. Thank you. I can tell you right now, Summer did not die from a sip of orange soda and then a sip of water. Put a 1 in chat if you believe what Grandis told Ziggy Valero. Or if you're thinking it's the drink that Candace said everyone used to drink at her house. And that's a different story. Because Candace is one nasty, nasty person, in my opinion.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. I don't believe somebody's daughter. You know what I mean? People around here don't put up in the. Like,
it's when you do stuff to a child, it's like sick. It's sick.
Yeah.
You got to be like a monster. And there is people out there, but I don't think besides Don and Candace Wells and what happened there, there's other monsters around here. I mean, there's very few in this world.
Dude, there's people like schizophrenics I've seen. I was watching a lot of them things, and I watched like Mr. Ballin or Creepypasta, some of these things. And there's people that's just crazy, bro. You know what I mean? But in general, they're not gonna be around here. You know what I mean? Everybody knows everybody. They're in jail or they're dead if they're. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even me, like I said, people have went out of their way since I've been down here. I know just about everybody down through here. You know what I mean? And anybody knows me, they know. Look, I'm to myself and my family. I'm usually working on car, truck, motorcycle. I go ginseng. I scout for it. When it's time to dig it, I dig it. You know what I mean? When the season.
Yeah.
Besides that, I'm the type I'll help anybody do anything. I'll give you a shirt off my back. You know what I mean?
No, you were, dude. I
what I mean?
appreciate this 100%, billion%. Like,
Well,
this gets a whole perspective. Like, I don't think people have really, outside of locals, have seen what that holler looks like back there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Nobody would. Nobody. I bet money. Nobody just about would take you. And like I said, that's the area. I'm more like across the street where you're parked. That's my uncle's and our property. Back through there, like I said, I went down to that porta potty, but I didn't go past that back in there. You know what I mean? I don't know who owns that.
but it was interesting back up on that top of the hill, those trails up there.
Yes, like I said, that's what I told my old lady before. But like I said, we went scouting over there, and they seen me. I had a white t-shirt on, so I had to go over there, and I told them I was just asking about the pond, this and this and this, and because they go fishing when my kids come down. But yeah, they said, well, I mean, it's hunting season. They didn't want me in the wood, us in the woods, so I was like, okay. But now it ain't hunting season, so we should be okay.
People probably go back there hunting, right? Yeah, I mean,
Well,
illegal hunting, poaching.
No. It's got to be Ken.
Do you hear gunshots?
Oh, yeah. I hear gunshots all the time. Even them.
Great question. Casey Warner, thank you so much. Does anyone think Hunter knows what happened? I think he knows the pretext. I don't think he knows the aftermath. Okay? I think he knows what was coming up. I think he knows why he was picked up out of the blue. And he knew the craziness going up. He has already said personally to me that Candace was never that nice to him. To take him fishing, buy him gifts. This is called grooming 101. But anything he asked for, and this is personally from him to me, you want to call me a liar? Have at it. Prove me wrong. I would like to be wrong. I would love to be wrong. I would love Hunter to be the liar and not me, okay? There is a reason that she left her 3 boys behind. 3 boys behind. And brought her daughter. And suddenly, that day, cared about her mother's knee. Oh, mother, I must check on your knee. I must check on your knee. I must do it. I must do it. I must make sure, mother, that your knee is just fine. I must make sure, mother. I must make sure. I must make sure that you get to Holston Valley. You must make sure that you get your prescription. You must make sure that everything is fine. And as they are at Holston Valley, she dumps off her mother in the parking lot with her bum knee, who walks over and hobbles herself in, which I'm sure she walked just fine. Then she does this beep, beep, boop, 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 boop. She calls Hunter. You want to hang out today? I got nothing else going on. Want to go fishing? Oh, I guess so. I'll ask Ellie. Because he's a dumb kid. Guess what Candace was waiting on all day? Her mother to get pills. Well, guess what her mother got? A cortisone injection. She wanted pills. I guarantee there is a lot of communication between Candace and her mother. Did you get the pills? So she goes to the hippie house. She gets Hunter a vape. She gets him a twisted tea. I think she was trying to convince him in the water to do something bad to Summer. Trust me, Hunter was not running out there to save Summer. Everything is Candace's plan. She gets all pissed off. Well, let's just go back and get my mom. Everyone's loaded up. Let's go get fat ass out of the hospital. Let's go to Walgreens. Let's get some slushies. who's got what, and the day is done. I don't think he has a fortitude to do anything to Summer. He has no reason to.
Where that pond is, they shoot. My uncle, we shoot sometimes. But not at night.
Yeah.
But at night, sometimes way back in there, like I've heard gunshots, and we don't know where they come from. There's people back there sometimes.
Were you here this time last year? Or no, you weren't here. You were somewhere else.
I wasn't living right here, but I come and visit my stepmom.
What was she saying about it? Like
Blowing away all of us, really.
were there like helicopters out there?
Look,
in the
we
area?
couldn't even go down to Ben Hill Road.
Oh, because it was
Because
closed.
and half of us, like me and David was in a car. We just have a farm vehicle. You know what I mean? We didn't have plates on it. We had a couple beers and gonna go down to his property. Here's the law and everything. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes they don't get cooperation because of this. You know what I mean? People's afraid to go to jail over something retarded. But if it's over this little girl, that's why I said. But well, when I got home, I lived way down there on Lone Star.
Italian Cookie said when Grandis gave her interview, she spilled the beans and the doggies were perfectly barking. You know the guys that were on vacation that day Summer left. Exactly. Just go back. Let's just start with June 14th. I can go back to October 20th of 2020. Okay? All the people around the hill, they keep secrets. They keep secrets, 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 secrets. Hunter was put on the backside of the lake. Part of the TikTok video was Candace laying there. He had a twisted tea, and before the TikTok started, he was dunking her and dunking her and dunking her. Then he talks about a dry drowning. He felt guilty. Clip that for anyone that wants to use it. She turned on the TikTok at the right time when Summer was coming back up. And I have a lot more things to say from over the last 4.5 years.
David's investigators come found David because of his property.
Found who?
David Bays. He's my father-in-law. He owns property next to Fred's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. His wife burned his house down.
Oh,
Yeah. There's nothing up there no more.
what was that about?
She was off her medication. She had, some problems.
And police were looking for Dave?
Well, because they went up, they searched all Ben Hill, but they found some bones. And, but they was just, and they wanted to talk to locals like Fred and them, anybody on that road. That's what it was. But David says, no, there was a dog shot up there.
Let's go back to that, okay? So when the FBI and everyone came through, they wanted to talk to locals like Fred and them, he said, okay? Fred and them, Fred and them, Fred and them. Helen said Grandis was putting credit on her phone in the car. That's what Candace told Hunter to say. Because when Grandis spoke for herself, Granda said, I think they went swimming. So they raided those hills. B. Hurley, you're right. They wanted to party, not watch a kid. Any of them. Hey, listen, we have heard about free ranging kids before, but nothing like this. Okay? Now listen to this again.
I'm the type I'll help anybody do anything. I give you shirt off my back. You know what I mean?
No, you were, dude. I
what I mean?
appreciate this 100%, billion percent. Like,
Well,
this gets a whole perspective. Like, I don't think people have really, outside of locals, have seen what that holler looks like back there.
Yeah.
You know,
Nobody would. Nobody, I bet money, nobody just about would take you. And like I said, that's the area I'm more like across the street where you're parked. That's my uncle's and our property. Back through there, like I said, I went down to that porta potty, but I didn't go past that back in there. You know what I mean? I don't know who owns that.
but it was interesting. Back up on that top of the hill, there's trails up there.
Yes, like I said, that's what I told my old lady before. But like I said, we went scouting over there, and they seen me. I had a white T-shirt on, so I had to go over there, and I told them I was just asking about the pond, this and this and this, because they go fishing when my kids come down. But yeah, they said, well, when it's hunting season, they didn't want me in the wood, us in the woods. So I was like, okay. But now it ain't hunting season, so we should be okay.
People probably go back there hunting, right? Yeah, I mean,
Well,
illegal hunting, poaching.
I mean, no, it's got to be Ken.
Do you hear gunshots?
Oh yeah, I hear gunshots all the time. Even them, where that pond is, they shoot. My uncle, we shoot sometimes. I mean, but not at night.
Yeah.
But at night, sometimes way back in there, like I've heard gunshots, and we don't know where they come from. There's people back there sometimes.
Were you here this time last year? Or no, you weren't here. You were somewhere else.
I wasn't living right here, but I come and visit my stepmom.
What was she saying about it? Like,
Blowing away all of us, really.
were there like helicopters out there?
Look,
in the
we
area?
couldn't even go down to Ben Hill Road.
Oh, because it was
Because
closed.
and half of us, like me and David was in a car. We just have a farm vehicle. You know what I mean? We didn't have plates on it. We had a couple beers and gonna go down to his property. Here's the law and everything. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Sometimes they don't get cooperation because of this. You know what I mean? People's afraid to go to jail over something retarded, but if it's over this little girl.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's always mind your own business, which I do too. I do too. I mind my own business. But, and I have no issue with Brandon. Okay. No issue with his stepmama, his daddy, his father-in-law, anyone. I sent a message to Brandon, and the only place he's ever seen certain people is around Fred's house. Thank you, Maria. Thank you so much. I can tell you right now, Jonathan Lee Riches is tough as nails. Granny said, I'm confused. Been here since the beginning, but the lies Fred tells something not right. Well, something's not adding up. The math's not mathing, my friends. And thank you so much to everyone contributing to this channel to keep it going, okay? Thank you so much.
That's why I said. But well, when I got home, I lived way down there on Lone Star. David's investigators come and found David because of his property.
Found who?
David Bays. He's my father-in-law. He owns property next to Fred's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. His wife burned his house down.
Oh,
Yeah. There's
Well-
nothing up there no more.
what was that about?
She was off her medication. She had, some.
Hey, Ernie, I didn't mean to bother you.
It's okay. What's up?
I'm sure you've talked to a lot of people around the holler there in East Tennessee. I'm sure you've heard about the opioids. I'm sure you've heard about the ginseng. I'm sure you've heard about the children, all that stuff. I had a very long conversation with the man that lives there, and he alluded to that what Dawn was talking about with meth heads crawling all over his property is that they were there to dig up ginseng.
Okay.
You okay there, Ernie?
Yeah, I'm okay.
What's going on, babe?
Nothing. I'm okay. I'm just resting. I've had a hard time. I've been resting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've just been resting.
All right. So, do you think that maybe law enforcement in that area could be involved with the ginseng trade, and that's the reason they take care of that holler?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that goes on out there. There's ginseng, there's coash, there's bloodroot, there's all kinds of stuff in that area. I mean, I don't know. You have to be in that area to understand it. I mean, a lot of people ain't never been there. A lot of YouTubers and a lot of people, they've never been in that general area. So, that's the way. It's kind of like in a way. It's like in a holler in a way, and it is in a holler. If you look at it, it's like on a couple ways in and out.
He discusses like 5 different hollers.
And I bet one of the hollers is up above the wells.
Well, light holler. He discusses light holler. He discusses
Mama's working.
the Bernard holler, the wells, I mean everything.
Mama's working.
Well, some people, like my uncles. My uncle's is a very, very avid ginsenger, and sometimes that's the only way they make their money and stuff. And sometimes when the prices are up, especially for ginseng, especially drying it out, you can sell it wet or dry, but you collect it till it gets dry. But yeah, I mean, anything. So here's the thing: when it comes to Hawkins County and anything to do with Hawkins County with police and stuff, you have to understand who you're dealing with, the game players on it. And that's just And I think through the Summer Wells case and everything, we've all seen that. I mean, I've never seen a case like this, so it's kind of bizarre.
Well, I sent a message to Sherry Mullaney today, and I asked her if she knew anything about the ginseng hunters. And she said that was the reason that the road has been blocked so many times. They let people, go up on different people's property, and the property owners would get money if a certain route was found.
Well, yeah, I mean, ginseng's really, really big, and it's the quantity of it. It's what it looks like. You can get some of these roots, and that's what they go for, the roots. Some of these roots are gigantic. Like, some of them, a few $100s a piece. It just depends, because it depends on what ginseng's going for. When it's dried out, when it's wet, I'm not into it no more. I used to be when I was younger. I can imagine what the prices are now.
But the whole thing is, it's a good cover for sex abuse. It's a good cover for child trafficking. Because if the police are looking towards the money in the hole, then no one's going to pay attention to what's happening to children.
So there's so many things that cover up child trafficking. I mean, going into it, there's you can do anything to cover up child trafficking. And that's why it's lucrative. It's like it's like it's there and it's not. And that's why, it's the whole saying why I say, your eyes and your ears have deceived you. Only your God-given hearts will lead you. What that is saying is, it's right in front of your face. It's going to be right in front of your face. There's an evil out there. You think it's afar. It's not afar. It's right in front of your face. But you got to know what to look for. And if you don't know what to look for, well, guess what? You're going to screw up. You're going to miss it. You're not going to know what to look for. And that's just what it is. But what the problem is when you start talking about this and you try to bring it out like what you're doing right now, you're going to get so much. You're going to get so much kickback on it, just like what I got. You're going to get a lot of kickback on it. A lot of people are going to say you're wrong.
Here's the whole thing. I'm talking about secrets of the holler. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. I know that Summer was abused. I know
that. We know that. But I'm saying, then after you do this, you put this out there. Watch how much kickback you get. People are going to say you're stupid. You don't know what you're talking about, and all that. But you're right. You're 100% right. But they don't understand it because it's something that they're not. They don't see for themselves. In order to make somebody see something, understand something, they have to see for it.
I can tell you right now, there is no one around me. There is no one. We have 539 people in here that are active listeners, and they have open minds, and they understand. And so they understand that Jody Sue Brown was worried about people buying property. For what? She had no job and she couldn't buy anything. Honestly, at that time she could, because Andy Bernard was big in the ginseng.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that ginseng has anything to do with Summer disappearing. It's part of the property. Don Wells saying that meth heads were all over his mountain, walking around with spade shovels, trying to find something. Well, what they digging up marigolds? Come on.
Mm-hmm.
We know that Dawn and Candace are abusers of children.
Mm-hmm. But notice you said something right off the bat too. Notice spade shovels.
And then the day that Candace talked to you that night, she was throwing up, and she was out there with a spade shovel, and she made that mention. I've got to dig this up. Okay. Now we're talking about pig farms, which are all over there. Well, I have never heard that any pig has, I can't say what I'm going to say, but listen, she was gagging.
Yes, she was.
And she would not gag if she knew what she was looking for.
No, she wouldn't. It was hitting her all of a sudden. It was getting in her mouth, her nose, and everything. And when you get around something that's ceased or whatever, that smells bad, it's going to happen to you too. And that's what she was experiencing. I mean, I don't care what anybody says. I know what I know, and I'm not going to, again, I've been run out of the Summer Wells case again, so I'm not going to be trying to do anything else with it. So right now, until something really great. Right
now, between human trafficking, drug trafficking, manufacturing, ginseng, all the things they have going on out there, and plus local police protection they have, it's a nasty business. And until the FBI comes in,
there's something you need to understand in Tennessee law.
Well, the FBI is involved now.
But yeah, they're in there. Everybody's shaking in their boots now. But the thing about it is, it's still you're 4 or 5 years too late. So I mean, it's 4 years out of late.
I mean, the big boys are there now. It's like, I think about that case that that happened in Kentucky. What is the name of that town, Greg? Where the guy killed his wife. And they were digging up concrete and everything. I have a whole playlist on it. Oh my gosh, Shannon. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, True Crime Beat.
You know, just the thing about it is, you know, there's a lot of people dead around the Summer Wells case.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people dead. So obviously you understand that there's something people don't want out there, okay? Whether it's drugs, whether it's and as a whole on the outside, we can say, oh, it's drugs, it's this, it's that. We don't live around those areas. Well, at least you don't. And people have to understand that there's people who don't give a damn what they do to get you to shut up, okay? And that's what they do. So that's why all the whole neighbors and everything, that's why they're picky about what they say.
Everything in Kentucky, thank you so much for that, Crystal Rogers. Everything was hush, 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 hush. And next thing you know, FBI moved in. It took a year and a half and it all unopened. Okay? It's going to happen there.
When you say unopened, it unravels, Brooks. And that's what we was trying to do with the Fred stuff. That's what I tried to do. I made it, you know, when I proved he lies, he's a liar and all the stuff he done, that takes you back to the beginning. But, you know, the thing about it is your response and how people take you when you come aboard something and you put these investigation techniques to use and everything, stuff that people don't understand how it even goes into play. And then they take and they tear that out. They tear that down. And then guess what? They make you look like you're a manipulative liar. And, you know, for me, the Summer Wells case with it, I'm all for it in my heart. I hope it does get solved, but it won't be by me. I'm out of it.
No, you're not. Calm down. You're not. Just calm down. You know, here's the whole thing. The FBI has moved into East Tennessee. Okay? The FBI has moved in East Tennessee. It's going to take a long time, and they are not transparent. And they are going to dig up everything. But the one thing they don't deal with is child abuse. And that's where Summer is going to be failed.
That's where your VCAC comes in at with the FBI.
Yeah, they will not deal with that. They are there for something else. And that is the truth. They don't do child abuse. They don't do it depends on, you know, oh gosh. I mean, they weren't even into the Turpin case. I want them all locked up. Every one of them. Now, when I hear people say that Fred Hill is the key, then be the key. Has he threatened you?
No, I'm not afraid of Fred or none of them. It ain't that. It ain't any of that. It's what they do to you outside. It's like, I'll talk to you after the live's over. Have a good day, Brooks. Thanks. Everybody, I appreciate y'all having me. It's a lot, Brooks. Be safe.
Well, I asked the question. That's all I can do. And True Crime Beat, thank you so much. And if anyone else wants to chip in for donations, go ahead. But I mean, Fred Hill, I mean, has been threatening people from what I've heard. He hasn't threatened me.
And police were looking for Dave?
Well, because they went up, they searched Auburn Hill, but they found some bones. And, but they was just, and they wanted to talk to locals like Fred and them, anybody on that road. That's what it was. But David says, no, there was a dog shot up there. You know, I think he got them.
Somebody shot
rabies
a dog?
or something.
Oh,
yeah.
rabies dog. Yeah. Is there wild dogs around here?
There's something around here. I don't know. Coyotes. I don't know. I've never.
A truck coming.
Yep.
Okay. Old boy on the screen just said Fred Hill over and over and over and over. Now I can say right now, CPS does not take care of kids. CPS, all they do is collect paychecks and do the bare minimum. They show up When they get a call and they say, checking on food and water and flushing toilets. Then they get like something like CASA that comes in to check on the kids. Ernie, there's some things going on there. Jamie said, you go, girlfriend. Me and Kenny and Cookie had a question. Hey, here's the link, baby. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Val said it's not a threat. A threat is how you take it. A threat is how you take it. That's how you take it.
You're messing that up.
OJ, get off there. OJ,
It's not for you.
OJ, you're pissing everybody off today.
It's not for you. I'll do that in a minute for you.
Maria, you think Summer maybe drowned? No, I don't think so. No way. No way.
But there's bears, coyotes, there's thingies that is unexplainable. You don't know. If there is a Bigfoot or something weird like that, it's probably back in there.
Maria, if Hunter was dunking her, I don't think he was. I think Candace asked him to. I think she was sitting right there with her TikTok going, waiting for Summer to come up and get sick so she would have a video capture. That's all I'm thinking right now. I don't think Hunter did anything to her. I think he was picked up as a proof of life victim. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I take the stand, I take the stand. I just believe there's at least 6 layers in this case. And a lot of it is protection for people that do bad things in a certain area until nice people like Lil Red, Maria, Val Ventura, Mayhem, Bridget, Chango, Helen, Retro, Hammy, Italian Cookie, Just Me, blew it wide open. They never expected us to care about Summer Wells. You get it? They never expected us to care about what happens in their area. They didn't expect it. They assumed when the government came creeping up their hill asking questions on the 14th, they know what's going on in their holler. When the Amber Alert came out, listen to my first show. If you have time, we can go through it today. It's a long show. And then you have so many people that know the truth that said, what? Let's finish this and, OJ, quit. Come on. Val said, I never expected you guys to care about Summer. I care about Summer too. I don't believe that Fred hurt that little girl, no matter what some idiots are saying. I don't think he did either. I don't think so either. I think he has information that he didn't want to give over. I do not believe for a minute that he's head over heels in love with Ziggy and he just happened to meet her digging up bones with Laura, and suddenly she's a talking mouth for him, and that she was calling him in jail, sending money, Pop-Tarts and all that. But all the arrows point towards Dawn and Candace for Summer. And the people around the hill put pressure on them to make sure all the secrets there are safe. But Fred is a suspect.
You know him?
I know these people. I get Banny roosters off of them. Little Banny chickens. My kids are gonna come down. This is a very good people right here. And up over here, I got my horse when we go. I got my.
So if like the sheriffs come back here at all?
No, cops don't come back here.
They don't come back here.
We had somebody break into the house next door, and that was them people. They was evicted. They had to come get. They had more than 30 days. They had 5 months. They still didn't come get all their stuff. Well, they try to call a law saying that this and this and this, and that's the only time I've ever even seen law come down this road in my life.
From a break-in. They don't patrol or
Well,
nothing.
it's because they was scared or something, the neighbors, you know what I mean? But when it's after dark, we don't, you know what I mean? You better knock on the door and tell somebody, or we're going to think you're trespassing. You know?
Yeah. Even me just driving past, I've seen people come out and look at me funny.
Yeah.
Like, who is this dude? Like, why is he here?
Right.
I mean, suspicious. And they probably, some people, like you said, have guns on them, and they, they're
Yep.
like, who is this person?
Yeah.
This is impeding on your personal space.
Yep. Yes, sir. Purple markers. I don't understand.
What does he mean? Don't go on the property?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. Dickhead. That's what I'm saying. People sometimes. I got a loud motorcycle. You know what I mean?
Look at the screen. The uppers are people that live around Dawn and Candace.
People. My horse got loose. Come down here. He wants to
Oh, you seen him before?
Yeah, he's a dick. This old dickhead. Purple markers. What is he talking about? bro?
Property line, maybe?
I don't understand that.
Eh.
Purple markers. I don't even know. But well, see, people like that, you don't want to stop and ask too much questions. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Property line. Property line. And when people come down here, don't ask any questions. So when Candace says, I'm afraid of the bears, the coyotes, and the snakes, no, she's afraid about going across property lines. Anyone can go over any property line.
Keep going.
That's just,
Because then it might end up in an argument.
and then, yeah, it's always something stupid real quickly, you know what I mean?
Like, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
That's why I'm not even giving them the time. he's got something to say to me, he can get it out and he can say it to me. Not, but, well, he was like, I work for a living. What are you doing? And basically, my bike sounds like Harley Davidson. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are you doing at fucking midnight on your motorcycle? Like, everybody's knows. Well, I can't drive up. Look, purple markers are up. See them? That's what he's talking about. Something. I don't know. Real quickly, you know what I mean?
Like, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
That's why I'm not even giving him the time. He's got something to say to me, he can get it out and he can say it to me. Not, but, well, he was like, I work for a living. What are you doing? And basically, my bike sounds like Harley Davidson. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are you doing at fucking midnight on your motorcycle? Like, everybody's knows. Well, I can't drive up. Look, purple markers are up. See them? That's what he's talking about.
Because then it might end up in an argument.
Yeah, it's always something stupid real quickly.
What did Candace say is Summer's favorite color? She goes, purple. The purple markers are from the sheriff's department to tell people don't go past that property. She just said, you have a purple marker, so you don't go on someone's property. And the beeps are cuss words.
Like, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Have a great day.
That's why I'm not even giving him the time. He's got something to say to me, he can get it out and he can say it to me. Not, but, well, he was like, I work for a living. What are you doing? And basically, my bike sounds like Harley Davidson. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are you doing at fucking midnight on your motorcycle? Like, everybody's knows. Well, I can't drive up. Look, purple markers are up. See them?
Yep. They're there. You can see them clearly. You can see them. Clearly see them. I think this whole video that Jonathan Lee Riches took from his phone is definitely evidence.
That's what he's talking about. Something. I don't know what that means. You know what I mean? Didn't we see some down there?
Yeah, we did, I think. I think he's just talking about property lines.
Yeah.
There's purple right there.
So he must be saying,
Don't go on anybody else's property.
yeah. I never
Or his
have.
property.
I never have. I never went on his property. I stepped on his driveway because my horse was tied up there, but he wouldn't even let me get it.
He wouldn't?
Nope.
He got it for you?
No, he wouldn't. He says he was tired of all this bullshit. Me coming up. It ain't me, dude. There's 3 people who's got motorcycles down here. You know what I mean? Yeah, sometimes I go out on a ride, but he's like, I work for a living. He's like, whose horse is this? This is honestly, it's my father-in-law's, David Bay's. He's like, well, he's gonna have to come and get it. He wouldn't let me. Like I said, some people, they don't know. If you ain't from around.
Well, she is switching everything around to be on the paved road to talk about David Bay's instead of going towards Van Hill Road. And I'm not saying anything happened at Van Hill Road. I do know there's a huge police presence there. I do know that the FBI is extremely involved. However, this woman turned him the opposite direction from where things are going on.
Over here, they don't like.
Yeah. I get it.
I mean, I really don't, but whatever. A little bit of generosity, a little kindness goes a lot way.
Yeah, you want to be a good standing with everybody, you know?
Hey, well, hey, I give respect. I'd like to get it. I'd give him, but he won't give it to me. You know what I mean? A lot of people, they want to just.
Then we have Fred saying that, they hauled a motorcycle and they hauled a car that day. We have Ronnie Lawson, actually Pruitt, saying that, Fred is still a suspect. Listen, I hate to say words like this. We're talking about summer, okay? We know Fred's story has changed many, many, many times. Okay, many times. What I want to know is why Dawn and selfish ass Candace would move. Please put your listening ears on. They were absolutely fine in Arkansas. They had all the drugs. They had the carny workers. They had all the stuff going on. They got to Ben Hill Road because they suddenly cared about Dawn's mother, who he didn't give a fuck about in the first place. Candace is the caretaker, and I don't care what Lisa K. Ruitt says, because she had MRSA. Her death certificate shows undetermined. What have they done with that 11 acres in that home in all that time? Nothing. 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 Nothing, nothing. They bought TVs.
No.
OJ, get out of there. That's my Kansas City Chiefs. He's getting my Gregory. Get him out of that. Get my kitty right now. Sorry, we're having a problem. They've done nothing with that property. I can tell you right now, if you had willed that property to me, 11 acres in that house.
We're not doing that now.
It.
If your mom was showing.
Hang on. Grace correcting OJ. If you had given me that 11 acres and that house, whoo, it'd have a new shine in the paint, new sheetrock, all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. One thing after another. And I certainly wouldn't have had Chillbilly come over with a brush hog to mow it. I'd have had someone put out some crops. And sell it. There's a lot of stuff I would have done. I would have had people come out and farm it. Had people come out and cut down those trees and log it. And then piece by piece, 1 acre at a time. I would say, go ahead, buy it up, build your home. I don't care if you put up a double wide or if you build.
They see you got tattoos, or you see you look young, and like, you know what I mean? purple line. That's retarded anyways. I ain't gonna worry about him. But what, 'cause he wanted to buy that horse. And I was like, no way, dude. No.
Whose horse was it?
It's mine. It's mine.
You have a horse back there?
I got a horse right up here.
Oh.
They got loose. It was thundering. And my uncle, he tied it. He wasn't thinking. He tied her to his four-wheeler, and she flipped him. He got pinned underneath it and shit. And she got loose, went down there. He's got horses. She was in heat or something. But that's what he's saying. He just don't want nobody on his property or whatever.
So a child was on a four-wheeler, wants no one on their property. It's a perfect haven, and I am not talking bad about East Tennessee or anywhere anyone lives. I'm just saying, if I had that 11 acres, whew, buddy, telling you right now, it'd be a different environment for children. Totally different environment. But this has been nothing in that area, hosted by the perfect den of demons. Everything from their sex parties. Hey, adults, have at it. Have at it. Drugs, no big deal. Drugs are popular. Sex and drugs are popular, right? But no one out there is poor. No one out there is poor. No one in that area is doing without. I'm telling you right now, they might be land poor. They might be land poor, and that's the truth. You can have 300 acres and sit there and go, what the hell am I going to do with this? My uncle sent that to me. No one there is poor. They work for scratch, and on the back end, that's where they get their money. Ronnie Lawson knows it. Pruitt knows it. TBI knows it. Hell, you can hay all of that for a big chunk of change. I'm telling you right now, if I had 11 acres right now, I'd say hay it. Bundle up. Go ahead. Send it to Tractor Supply. But Don complains about Johnson grass. They are keeping secrets amongst each other. Hence why Jody Sue Brown said she wants no one to buy land around there. And she said she offered money to buy up property. I thought to myself, with what? You have no credit, you have no job, you have nothing. You have nothing. There's a lot of money up and down there. A lot of money, but they keep it to themselves. Okay?
But he was told no. She went for sale and this and this. Now he wasn't thinking. He tied her to his four-wheeler, and she flipped him. He got pinned underneath it and shit. And she got loose, went down there. He's got horses. She was in heat or something. But that's what he's saying. He just don't want nobody on his property or whatever. But he was told no. She went for sale and this and this. Now, all right, put the book up. Man.
I saw, is that the lights? Who are the lights? I keep hearing their
As
name.
I say, that's I got a couple. That's where my horse is.
I saw a lot on the mailboxes all over the lights.
Yep, there's dikes and lights. They're all family here. My family bought land back here, and they kind of. He's friends with my uncle, but a lot of people don't like that. You know what I mean? This used to be a very. Horse right there.
Oh, that's your horse?
Yep, and the preacher lives right here, back there. But the guy that lives back here is named Payne. We call him JR Payne.
Yeah.
What up, baby? I'll come down here in a little bit. Look, you clean it up, ain't you? Yes, he's my horse.
Why is it here?
Because just to get her anything that was all grown up, all that was grown up yesterday before.
Okay, yeah.
You put a horse in, look, she will clean it up, bro. They're the best damn. That's what I'm saying. You see down there, there ain't no grass down there.
Yeah, yeah.
So I got them two. The preacher lives here, I think. And then Payne lives back there. He's got land. He says, hey, he knew we had a horse. Offered. I walk her down here. I put her in there for a night or two. Take us.
Okay, so the preacher is a problem. Okay, the preacher is a problem. Now, we'll talk about him on another show. And to be quite honest, I would love to live in Tennessee. You could move me right into this area, and I would be happier than a clam in salt water. I'd be like, yeah, what's going on? How you doing? How you doing? Now, there are certain areas in the country I would not move to. No offense to Missouri, but you all, your Ozark Mountains, some of those things, hell no. No, 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 no. I can vacation there, but once I get off certain areas, those people scare me. Okay? They scare me. Let me tell you a funny story. You guys have a second? You want some breaking news?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Actually, two stories. One, during COVID, my husband and I were going through New York City and there was nothing going on. And I'm a huge fan of the show Entourage. And I want a picture of me taken outside of the Queens Boulevard sign. I said, Gregory, I said, let me out of the truck real quick. I said, I'm just going to get down right now. I want to take a picture right now. And Greg goes, hell no, not here, not even during COVID. No, 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 no. Okay, so we were also in Nickajack Lake. Some people pronounce it different. My husband, the way he says it sounds racist. And OJ got the cabin. And he was in the kudzu and up in a tree. And Greg looked like a spider monkey trying to find OJ. So that's what happened. It's all about where you know. It's all where you know. But Tennessee is a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous state. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And I have a feeling between the dirty mattresses and the refrigerators and the people crawling up, there's a big problem on that hill. And there is a cartel presence, whether you want to believe it or not. Now, if you look at what happened in Horse Cave, Kentucky, there's a big cartel presence there. And they control people and they put their thumb on their neck. Don said he owed people money. I don't believe Don. I don't at all. I don't. Until it's proven.
Take her out. I'll bring her back home. These people are all great. But that way, I don't know none of them a whole lot. You know what I mean? And as you see, you can't really get to either.
Don't see no purple stakes on this side.
No, they ain't. And then that's the way it is. But
Some people own like, what, 100 acres back here?
And that's the thing.
Plus? 100 plus
My
acres?
uncle bought.
How many acres you guys own?
My uncle bought. He's got like 19, 20 acres. And it's all gullies and hollers.
Yeah.
And that's Glenda's. That was Glenda's, my stepmom's property. She sold it to my uncle, my aunt. The rest is hers and her brother's. I don't know. I never asked. Yeah.
Lucy's tired.
Yeah, I'm tired too, bro. I'm out of shape. I haven't done a lot of hiking this year yet.
So you've seen bear.
Yeah, oh yeah. There's everything.
They come at humans back here?
I haven't had one run at me or nothing, but I've seen them. I've been riding my motorcycle and seen one right down the road. There's bear, I think, right behind our house. But there's some weird things. I think there's bobcats or something that's what I'm thinking at night. There's deer. It's got to be deer or bobcat. There's something that if you walk this road at night, the woods will move. Even, you know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah. I swear to God, if you ain't.
Well, I went to their house on Ben Hill at night and turned my headlights off and went down that road, and it was pitch black.
Dude,
you couldn't see
I'm
nothing.
gonna say this: if you don't believe in ghosts, you think that there ain't no such thing, and you ain't scared of nothing, you come out here, like David's property or down here, and you go in the woods, and I bet anybody come stay a night in these woods with no gun, no nothing. You know what I mean? And see if you ain't. Yeah, I'm telling you, dude. I stayed in at David's, and I swore I heard people talking. You know what I mean? Or thought it real, and it ain't nobody. It's just echoes. Sometimes there's weird feelings. I've always hunted. I know what, but sometimes I feel like there's some type of. Gotta be bobcats or coyotes, something stalking you, you know what I mean? Or something. But I feel a lot better now that we got a buddy, you know what I mean?
How many people come to your church there, that church?
It all depends. Sometimes.
It's Saturday or Sunday?
Sundays. Yeah, her dad built that church. Let's see, right here, this is joining property to my uncle's. We don't know who owns this. I think a cop. My cousin said that the cop owns this or something, but they ain't no house.
Coming in, I saw this here, and I was
July 1975.
Yep, Helen. And now Jody Sue Brown is live right now saying, I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, fine. I mean, I guess I don't. I don't live there. So I'm happy for her. I hope I'm wrong. Idiot.
like, yeah, this is someone could just drive up in there and just throw something in there and just drive off.
Yep.
I mean, you're not going to be seen.
I don't know who owns that. You know, honestly, I'd like to see if I give them permission to go ginseng. You know, but a lot of people don't want you on their property. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I live in Pennsylvania. I lived kind of like this too, not as hilly, but just back in the woods. And
well,
you know, we owned like 65 acres, so
damn,
it was just all woods. And
was it flat up there?
It's hilly, but it's not like this. It's not flat. It's hilly.
Yeah.
But you know, you're growing up. I'd camp out there all the time, build fires, hunt.
Yeah.
Fish.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
typical stuff that a teenage boy would do. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm from Indiana. to stay out of trouble, I rode dirt bikes and
Yeah.
hunt and fish. But it's all, I had to go to riverbanks and stuff. Like down here, I can't believe a lot of people, they don't even care. Like, dude, you got the most beautiful woods and everything. Look, my uncle and them, like, their house is right here. It's all a big ridge, a mountain, and back behind there, dude, it goes up and it goes, and then it goes flat, and then it goes up another. Like, dude, there's like a mountain inside of a damn mountain. You know what I mean? Like, there's spots, dude, that go forever.
And with Summer, like she was only at the time 3 feet 40 pounds. Like
Yeah.
you could just put somebody on your shoulder like that. It's like, and just walk up 2 or 3 miles somewhere.
Dude,
That's why I think Don Wells was at that house that day.
me too, because look, and see, that's where my dad and my uncle live. Look, at the time, you just tell them who you are.
Okay, mind you, how Jonathan says, I believe that Don was there that day. And then you hear Brandon say something about New York. Now listen, we know Andrew came from New York. Listen again.
See, right here, this is joining property to my uncle's. We don't know who owns this. I think a cop. My cousin said that the cop owns this or something, but they ain't no house.
Coming in, I saw this here and I was like, yeah, this is like someone could just drive up in there and just throw something in there
Exactly.
and just drive off.
Yep.
I mean, you're not going to be seen.
I don't know who owns that. You know, honestly, I'd like to see if I get permission to go ginseng. You know, but a lot of people don't want you on their property. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, I live in Pennsylvania. I lived kind of like this too, not as hilly, but just back in the woods. And
well,
you know, we owned like 65 acres, so
Damn.
it was just all woods. And
Was
the
it flat
creek-
up there?
It's hilly, but it's not like this. It's not flat. It's hilly.
Yeah.
But you know, you're growing up. I'd camp out there all the time, build fires, hunt,
Yeah.
fish.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
typical
I love
stuff
it down
that
here.
that a
Yeah.
teenage boy would do. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm from Indiana. To stay out of trouble, I rode dirt bikes and hunt and fish. But it's all, I had to go to riverbanks and stuff. Like down here, I can't believe a lot of people, they don't even care. Like, dude, you got the most beautiful woods and everything. Look, my uncle and them, like, their house is right here. It's all a big ridge, a mountain, and back behind there, dude, it goes up and it goes, and then it goes flat, and then it goes up another. Like, dude, there's like a mountain inside of a damn mountain. You know what I mean? Like, there's spots, dude, that go forever.
and with Summer, like she was only at the time 3 feet 40 pounds. Like
Yeah.
you could just put somebody on your shoulder like that. It's like, and just walk up 2 or 3 miles somewhere.
Dude,
That's why I think Don Wells was at that house that
me
day.
too, because look, and see, that's where my dad and my uncle live. Look, at the same time, you just tell them who you are and that you talked to Brandon and that you want, he said, just check in and you pretty sure that, hey, no questions asked. If it's over the little girl, you guys can, anybody can look, anybody can, you know what I mean?
He said, if it's over the little girl, you can look. Anyone else, you can't. Lori, thank you for being here. We have a new friend. Everyone, give a second and say thank you to Lori, our new friend. And yes, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful country there and beautiful people. I don't like when one crime is committed in one area and everyone blames the entire state. If that would happen, then nobody would visit Chicago. Nobody would visit Los Angeles. Nobody would visit Dallas. Okay? Now let's listen to what Jody Sue Brown said.
tears. I mean, just like in a ball, because for like fucking 5 minutes just wouldn't lay off. And it was Summer's dead body's on air, and who gives a fuck about it, and this and blah, blah, and she's dead. I mean, right, I mean, just the grossest.
Say what? Did you hear that? What do you mean by that, Jody Sue? What does all that mean? You were talking about Andy Bernard. Andy Bernard knows Summer's.
She's not talking about Andy.
Dead? Andy Bernard knows where Summer's body is? What's up with that? What's up with that? Why would Andy Bernard tell your daughter that?
Then who told Jody where Summer's body is?
Jody Sue, why would Andy Bernard tell your daughter that right after Summer Wells went missing? Why? Why, Jody Sue? So let me know what you guys think. Comment, give me your thoughts. Subscribe to
Crying in tears. I mean, just like in a ball, because for like fucking 5 minutes just wouldn't lay off. And it was Summer's dead body's on air, and who gives a fuck about it, and this and blah, blah, and she's dead. I mean, right, I mean, just the grossest.
Say what?
So why on earth would anyone say they know where she's at? And why is she so protective over land that she can't buy? There's no way she can. No way. Well, just watch this. This might be part of it.
Tongkat Ali. Do these supplements help improve erections? I'm Dr. Rena Malik, urologist and pelvic surgeon, and today I'm going to discuss the evidence behind Panax Ginseng and Tongkat Ali in terms of improving erections. Let's talk about Panax Ginseng, or Korean red ginseng. Now, this works by increasing the production of nitric oxide by the vascular endothelium, maybe improving the endothelial function, so those blood vessel cells, and inhibiting oxidative stress and enhancing nitric oxide. It may also inhibit PDE5 and help with some smooth muscle relaxation. So lots of different theorized mechanisms. There's actually been a lot of study on ginseng. There's actually a Cochrane review and 5 randomized controlled trials ranging from 2 to 3 months in duration, anywhere from 800 milligrams daily to 3,000 milligrams daily. And that was a total of about 369 men, 216 receiving ginseng, and 100.
Remember, Jody Sue was very upset because when she was on her period, Greg, calm down. She was very upset during Shark Week. We've seen her text messages. She got no loving that week. She got no loving and she got no vittles, okay? Those are her exact words, right? And by the way, if you guys want to help me get to the next month, you can. You can help me. I promise you can. And yes, there was ginseng on that link.
153 controls. And so all of these studies showed a significant improvement in IIEF, and most of them actually met that clinically important difference. And when you did a meta-analysis on these studies, they found a mean difference of 2.67 points between the placebo group and the ginseng group. However, there was some risk of bias in these studies, and so that's what we look at when we do a meta-analysis. We look at, is there bias? And so, yes, they did find high risk of bias because there was some missing outcome data in the trial in one of the studies. And in another study, there was very specific results reported. So they didn't report all the results, which then is, again, another red flag. And so ultimately, even though this has pretty good data, I would say that there are some areas of concern. And again, there are some side effects, most commonly insomnia and headaches. Now, in the Cochrane review, where they included randomized controlled trial as well as what they call quasi-random.
Okay, so in the caulk revenue, it doesn't work. But they are doing trials with ginseng to make sure that old boy stands up during Shark Week. Okay, just listen.
Randomized controlled trials, they found a mean difference of 3.52 points. Now, that's higher than what I found in my research, but they called this a trivial effect on erectile function. I think trivial depends on how bad your erectile function is at starting, and that may be really great for someone with mild ED, but not great for someone with moderate to severe ED. Other less commonly reported symptoms can include breast pain, increased heart rate, change in blood pressure, headache, loss of appetite, GI issues, itching, dizziness, or mood changes. And if you have an autoimmune disease or transplant or
No, nothing like that. She just wanted to get laid during Shark Week, but she said that his pecker couldn't stand up because he was watching Shark Week.
diabetes or heart conditions, you want to be careful taking anything like this because it can speed up your heart rate and it can interact with antidepressant medications and medications that are processed by the liver. All right, Tongkat Ali is our next supplement. Tongkat Ali, also known as long jack, is named Eurycoma longifolia. It's an herb found in Malaysia, Indonesia, and Thailand. And it's thought to be beneficial for testosterone boosting as well as maybe infertility. And I've actually made a review on this on my YouTube channel. So if you want to just review that data, you are more than welcome to. But today we're going to talk about, as I mentioned, how it helps erectile function. And in terms of sexual function, it's thought that there's two mechanisms. One is that it may cause relaxation of the muscles and preventing contraction, and it may have some PDE5 inhibitor mechanisms. Now, there have been two randomized controlled trials looking at the evidence for sexual function, specifically erectile function. And in one of the trials, it was a 3-month duration and one was 6 months in duration. And they received 200 milligrams in the 6-month study and 300 milligrams daily in the 3-month study. And they were both statistically significant for improving that IIEF score. However, only the 6-month study met that minimal clinically important difference for men with mild ED, and it increased by 2.82 points. Now, side effects are relatively
Remember, Jody said there's minerals around there. Okay. And if there's no demonstration with this woman, I'm done. Okay. I want to know exactly how it works. Asking for a friend. Okay.
rare. However, they've found some side effects, including generalized body aches, upper respiratory tract infections, conjunctivitis, ankle pain, Achilles tendonitis, and right index finger pain. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure to subscribe and share this channel with your friends. And as always, remember to take care of yourself because you're worth it.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. So let's put some things down about mild and severe, about ginseng. And let's get back to the, no pun intended, root of things. There's a lot of things going on Ben Hill Road. Thank you for getting me over the hump for next month to continue this channel. I love you guys so much. You have no idea. You have no idea what it takes to keep this channel going. But you are absolutely amazing. We will find out all about these people. I promise it will come out in the wash. Okay? Now, in the next few days, I'm going to look at some other things that are going to be uncomfortable for people, and I won't keep you for, 2 hours and 52 minutes. I promise. I promise I won't. I will get to the short and curlies. Okay. Summer will be found, but I want her found in perfect condition to go to a family that loves her and cares for her. Helen, I love you so much. Thank you so much for that. You are the best. Thank you so much for all you do for this channel. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I promise I will. I don't know what time, but I will. You're the absolute best. Love you so much.